I recorded this whole video with the sound off, so I'm doing this for the second time. This is page 65 without the ohms wheel. A 120 volt heating element has a resistance of 30 ohms. How much power does it consume? So without the ohms wheel, I don't know a formula for per. I know pi, and I know ear, but I don't have one that does exactly what I need. So I'm going to have to go kind of the back way to get to the power. And I'm going to start with ear. I'm going to scaffold this because we're doing it with algebra. I want to know current. So anything that's not current needs to move. And that's going to be the resistance. So current equals 120 over 30. So current equals 4 amps. And I'm going to plug that in over here. Because once I know that one, I can do pi. I can take that 4 that I just found and the 120 that I knew and multiply those to get 480 watts. This is one of those where the ohms wheel helps because you get the formula, you do the math, you've got the answer. But this one you have to work a little bit if you're using pi and ear. A 240 volt appliance has a resistance of 80 ohms. Find the power consumption. Again, I know pi and I know ear, so I'm going to start with EIR and get the current. So let's do a scaffold. We want to keep I because that's what we're looking for. So anything that's not I is going to get moved. And we do it to both sides and cancel. So I is going to be 240 over 80. So 8 into 24 is 3. Current is 3 amps. And then I can use pi to find power. Power is 3 times 240. And that's going to be 720 watts. A laptop charger operates at 9 volts and provides 3.5 amps of power. 3.5 amps. Find the power output. So we're looking for power. And this time I know about pi. If you want to scaffold it, you can. It still works. You don't need to. We're looking for pi, and anything that's not pi, we're looking for power. Anything that's not power is on the other side. So to balance this, we'll take our current times our voltage, and I have no idea. So let me get my calculator. I'm too lazy right now to work it out. 3.5 times 19. How about 66.5? So power is 66.5 watts. A welding machine requires 50 amps of current and runs on 220 volt supply. How much power does it consume? I know pi. I'm not going to scaffold because I don't have to move anything, but you can absolutely do scaffolding if you want to, or if it just helps you to practice, you can do that. So this has 2 zeros, and then 22 times 5 is 110. So 11,000 watts.